I get very shy when I need to do the introduction.
You
But
look so
welcome guys
cute.
back to the Cultured Corner. And today I'm here with Lorraine. And just introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about what you do.
Hi guys. So my name is Lorraine. I'm in uni right now, third year. That's
What are you
basically
studying?
my life. Oh, creative direction for fashion.
Okay.
Yeah, aspiring director and all them things in that direction.
I didn't know that. You should have said. I will talk to you about that after. Okay, go on. So obviously, cultured waste is all about like confidence and self love and believing in yourself. So the first question I wanted to ask is, what does self love mean or look like to you? So obviously, it's different to everyone.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like self-love is like taking the time out to really getting to know yourself. Like I feel like I'm doing a little bit of that right now, just in terms of like sometimes you can be so clouded by like being like a uni student, being a part-time worker, being like a sister, a mother, a daughter to like all different types of people. And it's like, who am I? Like, do you know what I mean?
yeah,
I felt like this year or even the early last year, I made a conscious decision to like make sure that I'm giving myself self-love. And I was thinking, well, what is self-love? And it's like eating properly, but not punishing myself for eating certain things and like not doing
yeah,
yeah, and not doing things like a time schedule. And like every time I make a decision, it might sound like really like anal, but I always like think, do I want to do this? Because sometimes I used to like, even if it was just something like booking a train ticket, I'll be like to my friends, oh, should I get this one? I don't know if I should get this one. But is it
yeah.
perfect? Like, should I be here? Like, I want to go here, I want to go here. And I'm like, what do I want to do? And how long do I want to spend in a particular environment? And what do I want to eat? And how much do I want to spend on this, etc., etc. So I feel like it's taking the time to really get to know yourself and what you like and what you want to eat and how you like your hair and not being influenced by like loads of imagery and thinking that's what I want to look like. It's kind of like, how do you want to dress? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do with
It's
your
so
morning?
true.
Yeah.
So for like someone who is like obviously we never really get the time to do whatever we want to do all the time because we have uni and we have work and we have all these things that we have to do. So how does someone start? Like, what kind of questions can they ask themselves to find out who they are and what it is that they actually like? Like, how did you figure out what it is that you enjoy doing or what? Like, okay, cool. Say in periods of time when you might not be
Right.
feeling as good, when you want to
Yeah.
feel better. Obviously, you know what you want to do to feel better. But how did you come up with that list of
I
okay,
think
when I feel
it was
down, this
like,
helps me.
yeah, I think it was so you know like everyone you start the new year, everyone wants to write their goal list and what they want to do. And
Yeah.
like in 2022, I'm going to do this new year, new me. And like I started a bit earlier as to like what I enjoy. So it would be things like I've enjoyed since I was a kid, but I've lost sight of because I haven't made the time to keep doing it. And like when I was back in like secondary school, like primary school, I had so much time in the world, like
You
so
know?
much time to do so much stuff. And then when you get older, you're thinking like, I feel like you some what you blame on other people. You think, oh, my job, like I work this many hours, I got no time. But you can fit stuff in where you're not constantly burning out. So I kind of made a list and I was like, I like drawing, I like listening to music, I like going for walks, I want to get a bike and I want to ride around. It's like, why do I have to wait until like this particular amount of time before I do it? So it's kind of like
Exactly.
make a list of all the things you enjoy, even if it just seems very impossible to fit that in right now, just everything. Like I want to read a book, I kind of like this person, I want to like shoot a reel, it's
Yeah.
whatever, like whatever you enjoy, that's like on it's up to you. But I made certain things that I wanted to do. And then I started kind of like thinking, okay, well, I don't have a bike, so I need to invest in a bike. So that can come later. But what can I do now? I want to paint, but like I want to make time for it. So I would find bits of time anywhere, and I'll be like, okay, well, instead of just sitting on my phone, let me just read a book. So I bought two
Exactly.
books, and then that's where I utilize my time. Or sometimes it's like I know loads of people have a really busy schedule, and everyone's schedule is not like completely flexible. But even on your commute, like, do you have to just stare at the ceiling? But then you're complaining that you don't have time. Like, you can just
It's
have a
true.
book on your phone or whatnot. But like with me, it was like reading and listening to more like podcasts and stuff like that. So I just started fitting it in as opposed to just like listen to an album and repeat or something, which some people could enjoy. But I just realized that like months and months were going by and I was doing stuff I enjoyed, like for sure. But like stuff for me, like stuff for like
Yeah.
if this was like, you know, when people say, oh, tell me about yourself, it's kind of like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't have time to even get to know myself. So it was just little things or cooking, even cooking, just little things. Like I know people like want to lose weight, but then sometimes it's like more financial side that kind of prevents it, but there's literally little things that you can do every single day, free things that not everything has to cost money.
Exactly.
So that all contributes to obviously the self-love and get to know yourself, etc., etc.
It's true. I feel like people, well, particularly me as well, it's always that first step. I'm always like, oh, I don't have the time to start. But as soon as I make time, obviously there's things like the 2-minute rule where it's like, even if you're not going to spend an hour on it, just spend 2 minutes on it, then you get into it anyway.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh, why was I putting it off for so long?
Literally, because it's like, it makes no sense. And like sometimes there's this thing, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a list. So if you write your to-do list for the day and there's people color code it, so they'll be like, what's important right now, what is not important that you can put off later on, what do you need to do? And I think if you just organize your priorities on what you want to do, so obviously, yeah, let's say you have a part-time job. I keep referring to that because I'm just thinking about the weekend.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you have to go to work and like you might not have time, but what can you do when you come home? Like, how do you want to unwind? Like, it can be like running yourself a bath. Like, why do we only have to do a face mask like once a month? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want to do it, pick it in. Like, if you want to do it, you make the time. Like, if you want to light a candle, get a candle, light it. I feel like we put things off so long and then we don't do it. But it's so important to look after ourselves and our minds, our mental health, etc.
Exactly, it's true. I used to think that like, okay, cool, I'm just going to do self-care on the weekends, and then the weekend comes and I'm still busy. Then now it's been like 2 months and I haven't done any self-care whatsoever. But like, you can literally put in whether it's like 10 minutes or an hour or a whole day.
Exactly. Like, it's just all about discipline. Like, I know discipline is usually associated with working hard, don't sleep, don't grind, whatever. Like, the millionaires only sleep for 3 hours long. No. Like, no, it's all about discipline. Like, it's about like waking up in the morning earlier, but also enjoying a lion at the same time. And like, sometimes I'll do it. Like, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna work for this period of time, but then now I can work from my bed. Do you know what I mean? So I'll just pop back into bed, and that's me taking time. And also, like, even when you're working the week, you got to make sure that you're like not just overworking. If your job ends at 5, stop working at 5 o'clock. Why are we still working till 8 o'clock, 9, 10? Like, it's not healthy. And I know sometimes it's good to be committed and show drive, but you can't neglect yourself in the process.
It's true. And I feel like that's what happens to so many people, and they don't realize that. So I used to feel bad, like if I want to take time off to do stuff for me because I'm not working, I'm not grinding, I'm supposed to be working hard right now. And then that guilty conscious and all that lovely stuff.
No,
but,
I remember when I think we were in college and were we supposed to go pagey cakey together?
Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot that.
I always refer to this moment, right? So me and you, we bought tickets to go see Pagey Cakey. And I remember I was this scared, like I think I was 17, 18-year-old. I called my work and I was like, I don't feel well. I can't come in. The guy said to me, come in, take a paracetamol. And I was scared to lose my job. And now I don't care. Like, I will call in sick to go do something fun because at the time I was like, oh my God, like, but I'm thinking, when I look back at that girl, I just think, what was she scared of? Like, you're sick. What do you mean he told you to come back? And now I really implement that in my life now. I'm like, if it makes sense to me and I want to do it, and obviously I'm not taking the piss with people, like I'm not like breaking commitments, but like some people, you just look at them and they're so scared to call in sick. It's been 40 years and they never left the country. And it's like all these things come in the way. Like, I get that we have bills that come in and stuff, but sometimes you just have to like distribute money and put it in certain places and be like, okay, well, I'm going to treat myself some massage. I've never done this before. I'll just want to.
Exactly, it's an investment in yourself.
Yeah, exactly. We only have one life. Like, we only have one life.
It's so true. The next question that I wanted to ask was about confidence. So, what do you think that confidence is, and how do you use that to go after your dreams and goals? So, like you said, you want to be a director. So, how does how's that dream affected by confidence?
I feel like confidence is like the hardest thing, and it will keep dipping in and out. I don't think you can always be confident. You don't always wake up confident, but like with me, I just try and like just move past the block that kind of prevents me from being confident. I can't explain it. Sometimes I literally fake it. So for example, if I'm interning or if I've got a job interview, I will pretend that I'm the girl I want to be. And then it kind of shies away the confidence for me. So I went to a job interview the other day and I was nervous up until I got to the door. And I just thought, you know what, if I just pretend I'm really, really good at the job, they'll give me the job. And it works. And it's like, that is like me impersonating a confident person. And eventually you will become confident because like, oh, I've done one thing, I could do the next thing. But that sometimes it is very, very hard. But I know the difference between being shy doesn't really get you places, and it blocks you. And like,
It's true.
yeah, and it's okay to be like an introvert, but I feel like you just find your comfort spot and like how you can communicate to people. Like with me, I prefer one-to-ones. I hate big groups. I find that very awkward. I'm just kind of like, I don't know what to say. And sometimes I don't talk at all, and then you're kind of like left out of the conversation. So I think it's just little things here and there that you can do, or you can practice. Like what you don't feel comfortable with, practice doing it with one person and then two people and then three people. But I just realized that the industry I want to go into is so important to be confident, because it's not always about the loudest in the room, but you have to be speaking in the room.
Yeah.
you can't just be silent, because it doesn't get you, and it doesn't get you recognized. People don't know your ideas, your thoughts, your critiques, etc., etc.
It's true. I always say, like, when I'm scared to do something, or even not when I'm scared, like earlier this morning, I was trying to do my uni work. You know that voice in your head saying like, you can't do it, or I don't want to do this. And then I was like, the only way that I'm going to get over this fear of, oh, I'm scared that I'm going to fail uni is by doing the work. If I don't do the work, then obviously I'm going to fail. So I have to at least try.
Exactly. It's like the voice of reason. You have to fight that with like the thoughts. It's like affirmations. I feel like affirmations are so important. It sounds really stupid, yeah. But like, especially when the first time I said affirmation, I was thinking, what am I doing? But, like, it didn't make sense. But sometimes I do it and it really just helps me throughout the day. So even in the morning, if I'm going something, I'm like, this is going to be a great day. This is going to be an amazing day. And it becomes an amazing day. Like, it doesn't have to be like I found £1 million lying on the floor, but it becomes an amazing day because I said it. I spoke it into the universe. And even the thing with like uni work, I always say to myself, oh, I feel like I just don't belong in this room, or I can't do this. I'm thinking, but you got an offer on the course. So what do you mean you can't do it? You got you got to like backpedal a bit. Like, I always do it to myself, like even throughout uni, throughout life, like, and I'm like, no, because you applied for the job and you got through the thingy stage, and they want to see you. So what's stopping you now? Like, so sometimes it's affirmations and reminding yourself, or just write a list of accomplishments. Like I always do it. Like even last month, I was feeling really crappy, so I wrote a list of things I've done in January, and even doesn't have to be achievements. It can just be I went to lunch with a friend. It adds to the list, and then I look back and I'm like, okay, I have done something in January. Like, even if you think you're not being productive,
at the end of my day, now I have to write all the best things that happen in my day, because I will go to bed and say, oh my god, today was the worst day ever, forgetting all these amazing things that happened. And I'm like, oh yeah, let me stop doing that.
Yeah, honestly, it adds to it. It's so important. I was never doing it in the beginning. Like, I'm trying to start with the journaling. I'm not a big writer. I like typing. I'm still a digital babe. I'm not a big writer, but I want to get a journal and start journaling. But it's so important. It does something, especially when you go to bed. You're not really clouded with like negative thoughts. You're thinking, okay, no, like I cooked today. I cleaned my room. I went to uni. Like little things every day. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I got a Nobel Peace Prize. Because everyone's on their own journey, so you can't compare like other people's achievements. Like some people.
That's what I realized as well. That comparison. I used to like, you know, just little things like at uni, someone messages me and they're like, have you done this yet? And I'm like, oh my god, everyone's like so much more. And I start panicking, and I'm like, hold on, no, because I know where I am in my work. If I'm behind, I know I need to do extra work. And if I know that I've got a plan of what I'm doing with my work, I don't need to worry about what anyone else is doing.
No, exactly. Everyone's process is different. Like even on my course, like the brief that they give us, the outcome's different for everyone. So sometimes like, I'll get people messaging me like, oh, I'm doing such and such, or you'll see it on their stories. I'm thinking, am I supposed to do a photo shoot? But do you know what I mean? It's like, no, because the direction of my project is going differently to such person.
That's so true. Crazy.
But also I just remembered another thing that's helped with my confidence is like discipline, like deleting certain apps. So when I was like 18, I deleted Snapchat, but only because I was addicted to filters, like mad. I hated my face. Like I literally could not see my face in the mirror. Like I would never look at my face. You know when you're getting ready for like college, school or whatever, I wouldn't look at my face. Like I'll just be like, and I had to just make the effort to delete it, and it has changed my life. Like I'm not completely there yet, but now I don't reach for filters. Like I don't look at them. I don't even on Instagram, I don't tap any, because I need to know my own face and enjoy my own face with myself. It's just little things. Like people say, why do you not have Snapchat?
It happened to me, you know, like with hair, filters, nails, makeup. And I remember for like just under a year, I did my makeup. I've done my hair, but sometimes I literally like when I feel so scared about my appearance, I just go out with my natural hair and natural face, and I'm like, this is me. So even though I'm scared about it, this is me, and no one treats me any differently because I'm still the same Ebony. I'm still as smart, still as beautiful.
You
I
are.
just have to test myself. Thank you. So you, you know, I'm very excited right now.
That's funny.
No, but honestly, it's about pushing past any insecurities that we do have, and then you realize that they actually don't mean anything.
Yeah, honestly, it's just sometimes all in your head. And I've even realized that some of the things that we see, like the whole thing about comparison, is it's not even real. Like the things that we see on social media, it's not real. So it's like, why am I comparing myself?
I used to think it was so real, and even now sometimes I find myself doing it. So I might look at someone's story or something and I'm like, oh my god, they're doing like, I don't know. I might just look at someone's story and think something and then realize that, hold on, I don't even know. People post what they want to post.
Yeah.
They make it look how they want it to look. And thinking about it too much is just not my business.
Exactly. And this is the thing when it goes back to making sure that you're giving yourself self-love, because I was looking at that as well. And I was thinking, that's not self-love. And I was comparing myself to people that are doing things that I don't even enjoy. Like, I don't even like that. You know what I mean? It's like the way our feeds created, or even like Netflix or YouTube. Like, I like different music. I like different shows. I want to do different activities. Some people want to walk. I rather run, etc., etc. Do you know what I mean? It's like these little things. So that's why it's so good to just make sure you write a list of all the things you enjoy. It might sound so stupid, but it can even be like, I enjoy a Cadbury's Oreo milk bar, or I enjoy apple juice, or I enjoy sketching. So that when you're feeling bored, to kind of get you off that like digital end, go and do something and kind of connect with your inner child, because like
exactly. I think that's what I love as well, that thing about the inner child. So as much as there's like so many things that I've never done before that I want to try, I know that there's things embedded in me that I enjoy this and I love
like
this. And
young, like little Ebony loves, and you stop doing it.
I went to like my aunt's birthday. She was like, Ebony, are you still dancing? And I was like, oh my gosh, I never used to stop dancing. Like,
you can't lose sight of it. It sounds so crazy. I think society makes us think that when you get to a certain age, you should like have left it behind or grow out of it. Yeah, be mature. Exactly. And it's kind of like, no, like I feel you completely. That's what I'm doing now, like making sure I'm doing the little things that I would enjoy when I was younger, and also still thriving to do bigger things and not feeling the limitations of like comparison or influences or etc.
It's true. The last question was about how to maintain self-belief. So obviously I think that self-belief is so important, because without it I can't do anything. My brain will literally give me 100 reasons why I can't do it, and I'm like, why not? If anyone can do it, then so can I. So how do you kind of keep that belief alive? Obviously we spoke about affirmations, which I'm a big supporter of, because
kind of that,
when I can feel my mind going into that spiral of, oh, I'm not good enough, I can't do it, I'm just like, stop, I am enough, I'm capable,
you're worthy. Exactly.
And then I'm just like, oh yeah, and then I just continue like nothing happened. So
I do like a lot of different things, because you know what it is, it's like, even with the affirmations, you'll get to like, you'll be going January, February, March thinking, and then April, all the way straight back down. And the affirmations are not working. They're not working today. So I always try and switch up and do different things. Like sometimes I watch motivational videos. I watch people that resonate with me. Sometimes I watch people that don't, just to see like their take on life and how they go through certain obstacles. But I don't try and bombard myself with too much, because sometimes it's like, that can also come across as like aggressive and like patronizing, like everyone's got 24 hours in a day, just like flipping heck. Like, do you know what I mean? Oh my lord, like you gotta find kind of like gentle things. Like, I'm really enjoying like the term soft life, because I really like, I need to take care of myself, because boy, like I would say motivational videos, affirmations. I think just a lot of like spending time with yourself, but also speaking to friends. Like I know I said I don't always go to them, because you don't want to be swayed too much, because everyone has like a different opinion, and sometimes it's kind of like, what do I want to do? But if you're struggling to just believe in yourself, just talk to your friends, just talk through the problem, or just like, I really want to do this, but I'm not sure, or I'm nervous. I always message my friends like, I am nervous. And they're like, you've got this, like, you can do this. Like, are you forgetting? Or like, they'll say that they're inspired by me and I'm inspired by them. And it's just a little thing to carry with you through the day. Do you know what I mean? Like when you think you're not doing enough. Also, a good thing about self-belief, like a good thing to use for self-belief is mentoring. So I have different mentors for different things. Like I have one to help me in terms of like the direction I want to go in my career, and I speak to her about it and about like what I want to do. And I remember my first session with her, she was like, what do you want to do in 2 years, in 1 year, in 5 years, in 10 years? And I was like, oh, I don't know. She was like, no, write down everything. Why do you think it's not possible? And then like that really helped me. Just the technique that she used with me in that session, it kind of made me think everything is possible. Like, why are we thinking that we can't do certain things like because of such and such? Sometimes your biggest block is you. So sometimes you need an outside source. So whether you can get a mentor in teaching, in your school, a friend, like some people I have mentoring just for mental, like my brain, like just kind of like to support you with that. Some people are just for my career, and some people are just general, like kind of like accountability partners to make sure I'm doing the little steps to help me push myself. So then it reminds me, okay, you can do it. Like stop stopping on Tuesday, keep going till Friday type thing.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I like that you said that because it's Wednesday and I'm just like, oh, can it be the weekend? But I need to push through the rest of the week. Yeah, that's actually really good. Sorry, I'm like swallowing everything that you said. And like,
I wasn't like over speaking. I do tend to over talk.
No, it's good though. And as you speak about your mentors, like I'm going through a list of people in my head that I realize, like I don't realize what I'm doing. I will just be like, okay, let me speak to this person. But then I didn't realize that every time I say to do with career, I go to this specific person. Every time it's to do with like my mentor, I go to this person. But yeah, that's actually really good. And I was gonna say as well about going to your friends sometimes and you need that little boost. Just that feeling of I'm not alone always helps me, like, okay, maybe there is something good about me. Even if I can't find it, there's people around me who love me, care about me, believe in me. So
I know, and that's why it's so important to do the list. Like whether you do it in the morning, at the end of the day, like because we're all gonna have it. Like no day is gonna be 100% forever, but it's just how we like navigate with it and not completely lose it. And also, even if you do lose it, because I do it all the time. Like trust me, next week I'll probably be crying. Like it's normal. But just remind yourself, like, okay, I'm sad today and I want to be sad for 5 days straight, and that is fine. Okay, like that is my weekly goal today, just to cry. Like
it's just like letting ourselves feel how we feel.
Yeah, literally. It's just taking it easy on yourself and make sure that you're doing things for you and living life for you. And that's the only way you can really look after yourself, because like you only know yourself. You know what I mean? Like even though your friends know you, like you only know like, okay, I want to wear this particular color because it makes me look good. Like this skirt looks good on my curves, etc., etc. Like sometimes you just need to just
block it all out and listen to yourself.
Let go and let God.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Also, oh my God, prayer. Like prayer is a big one.
Yeah.
I think prayer is a really big one. Like I'm always in and out of my faith journey. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not perfect, I'm not 100%. But like sometimes like it's just God that's pushing me through. Do you know what I mean? Like on the lowest days, like it's just us two.
Especially when my affirmations are not working. I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'm speaking out loud to myself and then it's not working. I'm like, okay, God, I know you can hear me. So like, and I just start praying.
Yeah, literally. You just get like this feeling over you and it's like, okay, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. If I'm still here, if I'm still healthy, it's going to be okay.
I always say, as long as I'm alive, I have the power to change any situation or circumstance. So
yeah, we have so many possibilities. We don't realize it until you actually have to just sit down with yourself and actually think, no, I can do that. Why can't I do that? We're all human.
Exactly.
We're all somewhat born on the same level as like in order to achieve certain things, but it's just about like where we want to do it and making sure that we want to do it for ourselves and other people, because we all have completely different goals as well.
It's true.
Yeah.
Those are like the 3 main questions, but the last one that I asked is, what's the best or the worst advice that you've ever received?
Oh, well, I don't know.
I just pin it on everyone. I'm not giving them any warning about what we're going to be talking about.
Okay, I can only remember my recent worst advice. Wasn't really advice, it was kind of like an instruction. I was interning on a set, and that day I was so nervous, so scared, imposter syndrome, all of that was there. And I bumped into a girl, and like she was kind of like a very like kind of bossy bootsy type of vibe.
Yeah.
And she didn't know what I was there for, I didn't really like say what I was there for, because you know when someone else gives you the job, but then you meet loads of different people.
Yeah.
And I remember she must have just thought I was kind of like a runner that was getting like water and stuff for everyone. And then she just said to me, so basically they were shooting on an estate, but the hub was in the house. But because she thought I was a runner, she thought I should stay at the house. So I remember she said to me, you stay here, we'll be back later. And I was too scared to say anything. I was too scared to go to where they were shooting. I'm trying to become a director. Why am I in a house just watching like the snacks on the table? And then after that, I was like, no, like, but it's because of my confidence. My confidence wasn't there. I was shy. I listened to her. Like I was just all these emotions all in one. And I just sat there and I missed out on that day of when they were shooting and learning how to navigate and learning how to use the camera and whatnot and like lighting and stuff. And the whole day I was thinking, why am I here? Like, why am I too scared to go there? But I don't know. I just kind of felt kind of like, oh, she told me to stay here. So that was the worst advice. And from that day, I was like, no, like go and stand behind the director and learn what you need to learn. And I think the best advice.
That reminds me of though, when I was growing up, like I might feel so strongly about something like I want to do this and I'm going to do it. And then as soon as anyone who I think has any kind of authority, whether it's a teacher, a parent, just someone older than me, as soon as they say no, like you're not doing that, I'm like, okay, fine, maybe I'm not supposed to do it and blah blah blah. And sometimes it's like out of protection and stuff, and maybe we're not supposed to do it, but sometimes we actually should still go for what we want.
Or trust your instinct. Like it's good to listen to people, but sometimes it's just better to just listen to yourself. Like
it's
you know
true.
What I mean?
And we know when we're supposed to listen to ourselves.
Exactly. That's why I always like instill it into my little sisters. Like I always tell them, don't be scared to call in sick for work. Don't be scared to do certain things, because like you're blocking yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was just thinking that day, why did I block myself? Like even with work, why was I too scared? The guy said take paracetamol and come to work. What do you mean? Like,
exactly. You know when you said that, I was thinking, it's not, huh?
Exactly. Like obviously it's got to make sense to use. But I think the best advice, probably just from my driving instructor of recent, that's the only one I can think of. She was just like, do whatever you want to do. You're so young, and stop like going to other people for approval. But it was kind of like personalized for me, because like I said, I always seek other people's advice. Like even if I get an email, I'm not oh my god, what should I reply, or what ticket should I go for? Should I go here?
Everything that I do. So now I'm trying to get rid of that. Like there is no perfect. Whatever I do is just what I do. It's
exactly.
So,
exactly. Because it goes back to like, you're not looking after yourself if you're not enjoying what you want to do, because you're listening to other people when they don't have all the factors. Do you know what I mean? They're just saying it, but you know what you want to do. You know what direction you want to do. I don't need the reconfirmation, etc., etc. So that's another thing I'm trying to practice more of. But she was just like, believe in yourself. You're only in your 20s. You can do whatever you want. Like literally do whatever you want to do, and that is what I am trying to do. Do whatever I want to do.
That is good, and that is everything that I wanted to ask and talk about for today's episode. So thank you so much. This was so enjoyable.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share with anyone who you feel like needs to hear it, and we'll be back with another one.